Have you ever wondered what it takes to become truly unforgettable? What if I told you that the secret isn't in chasing people's attention, but in transforming yourself into someone who's simply impossible to ignore? Today, we're going to dive deep into the truth, the hard-hitting truth about how to make them miss you, and not just miss you, crave your presence. Are you ready to unlock the power of stoic mastery that makes your absence more powerful than your presence? Let me be blunt here. Most people go about this all wrong. They think sending more texts, being constantly available, or giving more of themselves will keep someone hooked. But here's the harsh reality. Being overly available makes you easy to forget. It's time to stop chasing and start attracting. The power isn't in your availability, it's in your absence. This is an idea that might rub some people the wrong way, but I'm here to tell you the truth that others won't. Absence sharpens love, presence strengthens it, said the great Stoic philosopher Seneca. Today we'll break down 10 powerful principles that not only make your absence felt, but make it desired. And no, this isn't about playing games or manipulation. This is about becoming a person of substance, someone whose absence is palpable because of the strength of their character, the depth of their presence, and the value they bring. Now let's dive into these 10 principles that will forever change how you approach relationships and interactions. Principle 1. Master self-sufficiency. The less you need, the more power you have. Independence isn't just a nice quality, it's magnetic. When you are truly self-sufficient, you become someone others gravitate towards. Why? Because when you don't need others to complete you, you become someone people want to be around. Think about it. When you're constantly available, constantly giving, people start to take you for granted. But when you live your life fully, when you invest in your passions, your career, your self-growth, people notice. Suddenly, you're no longer just around. You become someone to admire, someone they can't stop thinking about. Absence isn't about creating distance. It's about showing that you're thriving on your own, and that makes you unforgettable. When you're thriving, when you don't depend on anyone else to fulfill you, people feel your absence more intensely. They start to miss your energy, your independence, your self-reliance, and they start to ask themselves, how are you doing all of this? They crave the excitement of being around someone who isn't desperate for attention, but instead commands respect. Principle 2. Emotional control is power. Now let's talk about one of the most misunderstood principles of all: emotional control. Most people think being emotional means being real or authentic. But here's a brutal fact. Losing control of your emotions makes you weak in the eyes of others. If you're flying off the handle, constantly reacting to every situation, you're not showing strength. You're showing vulnerability in the worst way. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Marcus Aurelius couldn't have said it better. Emotional control is about learning to respond, not react. Imagine a situation where everything is going sideways. People are angry, upset, maybe even blaming you. Now picture yourself in that moment, calm, collected, and unshaken. That composure makes you memorable. It makes people respect you. People miss those who provide strength and stability. By mastering your emotions, you create a sense of reliability. Your calm, thoughtful approach becomes something they miss because it's rare. And in today's world, rarity is irresistible. Principle 3. Intentional communication builds desire. The art of communication is the language of leadership. What if I told you that every word you speak could make someone miss you more when you're gone? Sounds too good to be true. It's not. Intentional communication is a game changer. Most people waste words. They talk without purpose. But you're going to be different. When you speak, make your words count. Stop flooding conversations with unnecessary noise and start speaking with intention. Imagine this. Every time you talk, you're saying something valuable. You're not just speaking to fill the silence, you're making sure every word leaves a mark. You're adding value, and trust me, people will miss that. They'll miss your thoughtful responses, your ability to listen and provide insights that make them think. They'll crave the next conversation because you're not like everyone else. You're unique, and they'll remember your words long after you've left. Principle 4. Acceptance of absence sharpens desire. Here's the truth that's hard for most people to accept. Distance creates desire. The more you try to hold on to someone, the more likely they are to slip away. Absence, when done right, doesn't create disconnection. It creates space for reflection, growth, and deeper longing. Epictetus said, "Freedom is the only worthy goal in life. Free yourself from the need to cling." When you learn to be comfortable with absence, yours and theirs, you send a powerful message. You are secure, confident, and strong enough to let go. This is not about emotional detachment. It's about creating healthy space. When you do this, you leave room for curiosity, anticipation, and a renewed appreciation when you're together again. Your absence becomes a tool that sharpens the connection instead of weakening it. Principle 5. Mindfulness in interaction leaves a lasting impression. Here's a fact. Most people are not fully present when they're with someone. They're distracted, thinking about the next thing, or looking at their phone. But when you're fully present, something magical happens. People feel it, and they remember it. Do every act of your life as if it were your last, Marcus Aurelius once said. Apply this to your interactions, whether it's a conversation, a date, or even a simple text exchange. Be fully there. When you're truly engaged, every word, every glance, every touch becomes more meaningful. People miss you more when they feel that your presence is complete when you're around. When you're not, they feel the void intensely. Your full presence leaves an emotional imprint. It makes the time spent with you feel special, rare, and unforgettable. And when you're gone, they will crave that presence. It's not just about being there physically, it's about being there mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Principle 6. Consistency in communication creates anticipation. Let me hit you with a truth bomb. Consistency isn't boring, it's powerful. When you are reliable, when you show up with steady communication, people start to rely on you. And when you don't show up, they feel your absence intensely. But here's the kicker. Consistency isn't about flooding someone with constant texts or calls. It's about creating a rhythm of quality communication. Whether it's a simple good morning or a deep conversation about life, your communication should be meaningful and consistent. The key is to build a pattern of thoughtful exchanges, ones that they can count on. When you break that pattern, when your voice or message is missing, it leaves a space they'll want to fill again. Seneca said, "Regularity is a sign of wisdom." In relationships, regularity isn't routine, it's respect. When you're consistent, you become someone they can trust, someone they look forward to hearing from. And when you're not there, they miss it. Principle 7. Purposeful living is magnetic. Stop living passively. If you want to be missed, you need to be living a life that's bigger than just your relationships. You need to be someone who is driven, passionate, and constantly evolving. Purposeful living is magnetic. Seneca said, When a man does not know what harbor he is making for, no wind is the right wind. This applies to life as much as it does to relationships. If you have no purpose, no direction, you become forgettable. But when you have a clear goal, a purpose that drives you, people take notice. Imagine this. You're constantly working on exciting projects. You're growing, you're thriving, and you're passionate about something bigger than yourself. When you're living with purpose, people miss the energy and drive you bring into their life. They crave the updates, the stories, the enthusiasm you share, because it's not just about you. It's about the world you're building around you, and they want to be part of it. Principle 8. Moderation in emotion enhances respect. Here's a cold, hard truth. Intense emotional swings push people away. While most think that showing extreme emotions brings people closer, it often has the opposite effect. The Stoics understood this better than anyone. Moderation is key to creating a deep, lasting connection. The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury, said Marcus Aurelius. In relationships, this means reacting thoughtfully, not impulsively. It means showing love without smothering and disagreement without aggression. When you practice emotional moderation, you make people feel safe. They trust you, respect you, and miss your balanced, calming presence when you're not around. Remember, it's not about being cold. It's about being in control. Principle 9. Resilience builds admiration. Resilience in adversity is rare and irresistible. People are naturally drawn to those who can endure hardships without falling apart. Why? Because resilience is a marker of strength, and strength is magnetic. Seneca said, "A gem cannot be polished without friction, nor a man perfected without trials." Your ability to face challenges head-on without losing your composure makes you unforgettable. Imagine the power of being the one who remains calm and strong in tough times, who doesn't crumble but rises stronger each time. When you're resilient, you not only earn respect, but you become a source of inspiration. People admire those who face adversity with grace and courage. And when you're not around, they miss that strength. They crave the stability and reliability that your resilience provides. Principle 10. Consistency in character creates trust. Let's be honest. Most people are inconsistent. They waver, they change their minds, they falter under pressure. But the ones who remain steadfast, they are remembered, respected, and missed. First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do, said Epictetus. Consistency in character builds deep trust, and trust is the foundation of every meaningful relationship. When you're the same person yesterday, today, and tomorrow, when you live by your values and uphold your commitments, you create a sense of security. People know they can rely on you. But consistency doesn't mean you're boring. You can be consistent in character while still being spontaneous in action. Throw in surprises, plan unexpected moments of joy, but always be reliable in who you are. This combination makes you not only trustworthy, but exciting. It creates a perfect balance that keeps people hooked and craving more. The journey to being missed starts with you. Become the person who is remembered not just for today, but for every day. Be independent, be emotionally strong, communicate with intention, and live with purpose. Be the rock in their life that they crave when you're not around. And most importantly, build a life so meaningful that your absence leaves a mark on everyone you encounter. If you're ready to take control of your life and relationships, if you're ready to become someone whose absence speaks louder than words, then type "on their mind tomorrow" in the comments. Let's commit to being the people who are missed not just occasionally, but every single day. Thank you for watching. And remember, the power is not in what you say, but in who you become.